Hello and welcome to another audio analysis. In today's video we'll be taking a look at the track Butterflies by the Swedish rock band Normandie. Yes, that's right, it is the 1st of December, which does mean the Dopamine Clinic is reopening its doors for yet another session. It is the 5th from the band. We've already had 4 previous in the form of Blood in the Water, Flowers for the Grave, Hourglass and Ritual, and we've seen a real variety from the band with these first 4 tracks. Blood in the Water exploring the idea that negativity is contagious, it spreads, it corrupts. Hourglass bringing on Danny Winter Bates for some of those more aggressive tones, really coming through, really shining strong. Then also we had Ritual last month, which took a much more softer approach to the band. It's something they've often done on previous albums, throw in those slightly more somber tracks, but really looked at the matrimony between two people and trying to extend that love into future lives, into the afterlife. So they've really covered a variety of topics, and they're going to continue releasing one track every single month up until the release of Dopamine early next year. The burning question though is, will this track be a repeat prescription or a new drug altogether? Let's take a look at exactly how it sounds.
I can't keep killing butterflies, butterflies. Cross my heart, but our love won't die, killing butterflies. This is an intervention, SOS, my heart won't follow my head. Thought I learned my lesson, PTSD, got no hold on me. I've got too many feet, fall too easy, can't get you out of my bed. Swear my intuition, premonition, taught me nothing. Even in my dreams I feel you haunting me. I can't keep killing butterflies, butterflies. Cross my heart, but our love won't die, no our love won't die. Call 911, there's a homicide. Try hit and run, but our love won't die. I can't keep killing butterflies, killing butterflies.
Okay, so you can see the band going for something a little bit different. Again, they just keep adding more strings to their bow with this album, and I really love that very ominous, haunting sound we've got coming from those piano keys, mixed in with the fuzziness as well that we have got coming from the bass. It's a really strong mix that really sets in with the lyrics. Even in my dreams, I feel you haunting me. The idea of kind of this falling too easily for people, or these butterflies, these women that are beautiful but very fragile, and they keep kind of jumping into these relationships. I've got two left feet, fall too easy. It's that infatuation, and I really like the actual term butterflies or the title because it's an ambiguous one as well, as many of the songs have been. It really touches on the idea of these butterflies being these people, they're very beautiful, very fragile, but it's also that idea of those butterflies in the stomach. I get those butterflies for people way too easily, so it's really a double-edged meaning that I really do enjoy, and it's quite clever the way the band do that with a lot of their titles. And I really do like it's the idea of, thought I learned my lesson, PTSD, got no hold on me. The fact that you keep jumping into these relationships, falling too easy for people, and it's kind of not putting the particular blame on one person. It's kind of also showing that these butterflies can almost have those red flags. I swear my intuition, premonition taught me nothing. So you can be jumping into these relationships with people that you think are right for you, but it turns out that they're actually not. I mean, some butterflies can be carnivorous. They can kind of eat your heart out. So I really do like the way they've included that in the track. Also the idea in the chorus of tried hit and run but our love won't die, just this idea that you have become so enveloped, you kind of almost get consumed by this loving relationship, or what these feelings that you have of infatuation, this dopamine that is actually really rushing through your veins when you kind of get with somebody new. This idea that the love won't die, but you keep jumping from person to person. So it could also be touching the idea of someone that kind of sleeps around with a lot of people, keep killing butterflies through their own actions. Call 911, there's a homicide. So I've killed the love in this relationship, tried to hit and run, but it didn't work because this person's either fall for me. So it's a very back and forth track. It's kind of really showing that this one person is a completely helpless lover almost, because they're either falling for people too easily, or they're really just corrupting themselves by really being a poor lover to those different people. They're not tying into good relationships. They're kind of constantly jumping between bad ones.
This is a congregation, R.I.P. Dear God have mercy on me. Need a love recession, aka a
Okay, definitely a very interesting track. Obviously, a little bit shorter and maybe not quite as much meat on the bones as we did see, especially with the latest track, Ritual. But it's almost like the flip reverse of that track. You had Ritual, which was very much about everlasting love and taking that into the next life. You've got this track that is much more focusing on the idea of a very shallow lover. And I really do like the way that it constantly switches from that singular I into our. It's kind of this person saying that I can't keep killing butterflies. I'm the one destroying these relationships, but it's our love. So it's still showing that they are in some way, shape or form kind of invested in that love that is owned by two people. It's not taking that aggressive ownership of this relationship, but they're really accepting themselves that they need to kind of take this love recession. They need to step away from love for a time because they're really just struggling, aka a heart lobotomy. So I really do like some of these medical terms we've got being thrown around. I also really like the idea of this is a congregation, RIP, dear God have mercy on me. When we did see Ritual, it very much focused on the idea of this matrimony, this marriage of two people. So there's a lot of religion involved with that. So it's kind of almost really just kind of taking that other side and really just looking at the complete polar opposite. And I really do like the way the band have done that. And just some of the clever lyrics we do have: call 911, there's a homicide. Just the fact that you've killed this love off effectively because you've tried to hit and run. So really bringing in a lot of law terms, religious terms as well. And really just kind of not singularly putting the idea around one perspective. It's kind of touching on the idea of this person that could maybe be a shallow lover, but they could also maybe fall too easy for relationships. They could maybe missing red flags from somebody else. So it's kind of looking at love as a whole spectrum rather than just focusing on one singular point. I also really like the use of the repetition and the hook in the chorus, that I can't keep killing butterflies and butterflies, butterflies, because it's showing how widespread this person's kind of shallow love goes. If it was just that I can't keep killing butterflies, yeah, you maybe think 3 or 4 people, but the repetition, it makes it show that it's kind of this vast network of people. They're constantly jumping from relationship to relationship to relationship. So I really do like that repetition, and it's a simple, strong hook that we have got coming through, which kind of does help to pull you in. Also some wordplay as well. Cross my heart but our love won't die, typical wordplay compared to cross my heart and hope to die. So it's kind of putting the onus onto the relationship rather than on that singular person. And so I really love that transition between the I and the our as well. And I think it did a really good job of capturing that very ominous atmosphere. Those piano keys played a beautiful role alongside that fuzziness to really just add this really weird atmosphere to the track that really makes it feel quite haunting. I feel it makes it feel almost a little bit stalkish, like this person's perspective is they're kind of a little bit of a creep almost at times because they're jumping from person to person. So I really do like the way that the music kind of added those tones to the lyrics that we did have coming through. This person killing off butterflies, they're effectively killing something that's beautiful, that's very fragile, playing with people's emotions. So I really did enjoy the way they linked the title to actual metaphoric meaning of the track. So certainly another very strong showing from the band, again showing something, a different side, a different style, and really mixing it up with something much more slower, much more plodding in its nature. We could really see that being emphasized by the drums as well from Anton. So the band really did a great job of just again adding to this very sluggish nature with the musical choices that they did make. So that will be everything for today's video, but as always, feel free to let me know your thoughts about this track in the comments section below. How do you think it lives up to some of the other tracks that we have heard previously, and which of the 5 is currently your favourite from the album? I would love to know your thoughts. I think for me it's probably going to have to be Ritual. I really thought it was a beautiful piece of music, and it's certainly the one, I think the band have even said themselves, it's one of the best pieces of music they feel they've ever written with the orchestra that has been included. But I would love to know your thoughts and why. Also, if you would like to see more Normandie content, I have covered the 4 previous tracks from this album in separate videos, so you can find a link to those in the description of this video. And if you'd like to see more content like this, then please do feel free to subscribe, and I will see you in the next Audio Analysis.